Hello, this is Rev Dore, Jacques Patlian, teaching religious science, which is the teaching of the science of mind from Sarasota, Florida. Another beautiful day on the Sun Coast. Today, is that all there is? You know, there was a great song by one of the great jazz and torch singers ever, Miss Peggy Lee. Yes, you must have an AARP card to remember her or the song, probably, but if you listen to Channel 71 on Sirius XM radio, you'll hear it eventually, or save yourself the time and just go to iTunes and buy one of her albums with it on there. It's a rather sad song about a life of disappointment and disillusionment after great anticipation of thrills, love, and excitement, all of which just did not measure up. Is that all there is? She would sing after each chapter of her life that never failed to disappoint. Have you ever felt this way? Maybe after your first love affair, or maybe on your wedding day, or perhaps graduation day. Disappointment never feels good, but what can we do to avoid it? My answer might surprise you. The answer to disappointment is to choose not to be disappointed. I've learned that lesson from my wife, Susan. She's big on that. Disappointment is a choice. Choose not to be disappointed, she would say. It used to irritate me, but then I saw the wisdom of it, and she's right. Disappointment is a choice that we make by living a life of peaks and valleys, of great expectations that never seem to be realized because they never could be. Our expectations are way more than the event would warrant. Instead of life on a roller coaster, how about taking the train next time? A train gets you where you want to go with great views, drinks in the club car, a nice dinner, a comfy bed, and a nice level of comfort without a lot of drama and ups and downs. Yes, roller coasters are thrilling, but they never get you where you want to go. Life is a journey, you know. It was never intended to be a destination. The point is to have a great trip, not to arrive, which you will never do. This journey is endless. Yes, you will change trains upon your death, but the journey will continue. You know, in religious science, which is the teaching of the science of mind, we have a rather nice term for death that is a bit more descriptive of what really happens. We call the sloughing off of the body transition. In other words, Joe did not die, he made his transition. What do you think? It's much nicer, and it's the truth as we see it. We never die, we just change form and experiences. Therefore, we transition from one experience to the next. Use it if you like it. It's much more comforting to the family at a funeral to say, well, he made a wonderful transition than, I'm so sorry he died. A right attitude toward life will go a long way toward leaving disappointment behind. Perhaps we are disappointed because we feel like a ball player with only one time at bat. You strike out, and then, is that all there is? I mean, you're done. You had your one time at bat. But what if you got endless times at bat? Then a strikeout or two wouldn't be such a big deal, would it? Knowing that this life is one of continuous times at bat, you have had in the past many times at bat, and you will have many more in the future, kind of takes the heat off a bit, don't you think? Oh, I still want to enjoy every second of this life because it's not given to us to know exactly what the next at-bat will look like or who the pitcher will be. So make the most of your time at the plate in this life, but know that you will be back. You will have more at-bats. Since we seem to be in baseball analogy land today, here's a bit of baseball philosophy that may help illustrate this point. Joe Maddon, the great manager of the Tampa Bay Rays, our home team here in Sarasota, has a 20-minute rule in the clubhouse. After a tough loss, and they've had a few lately, it's okay to cry, yell for 20 minutes, and then it's over. Move on and prepare your mind and your heart for the next game. Same rule after a great win, and we've had a lot of those this season. 20 minutes of whooping, hollering, celebrating, and then it's over. Let's get ready for the next game. He gets more wins, more postseason appearances, dollar for dollar of payroll than any other team in the major leagues. How does he do it? Well, you know, Joe not only sees the glass half full, he sees it always full. He will not allow negativity or disharmony on the field or in the clubhouse. Quickest way to get benched on the Rays team is to be a pain in the butt. Joe knows attitudes are contagious. He knows that performance begins in the head, not on the field. When you get the head right, the rest will surely follow. Knowing this has made Joe Madden American League Manager of the Year twice since 2008. It works, ladies and gentlemen. Celebrate the great times and then prepare for the next good time. Mourn your defeats and then get ready for the next good time. Never prepare for defeat or for the worst, because when you focus on the worst, you're creating just what you're preparing against. What you focus on is what you create, positive or negative. Never focus on a negative is the point here. Make a luxury train ride of your life and get off the roller coaster, unless you want the theme of your life to be, is that all there is? You want to know more about religious science, the teaching of the science of mind, log on to csl.org to find the nearest Center for Spiritual Living. That's what we call our churches. And come visit our Sunday celebrations or sign up for a class. You may just feel like you've finally come home. All are welcome to dine at our spiritual table. So come see us. This is Rev Dore, Jacques Patlian, wishing you richest blessings and saying bye-bye for now.